Hi, Stories Channel here.
Today we're going to go through a 2016 horror film called Peelers. The movie flips off at a hospital where a nurse visits the room to check the patient's report. In the same room, there's another person lying down who starts vomiting. The nurse takes a disgusting look at that patient, who suddenly turns around and attacks her. His face is covered with some oily substance, and when the other doctors rush in, the patient is strangling the nurse. As the door is closed, the aftermath appears like a lot of mixed blood flows under the door and the scene fades out. Up next, the film shows us the hustle and bustle of a strip club. The owner, called Blue Jean, gets a bouquet of flowers from somebody unknown. The bartender, named Tony, gives it to her and she takes it to the dressing rooms where her girls are getting ready. Two girls, Elaine and Frankie, get in a leisurely argument when suddenly the guard, named Remy, comes in to inform them that Chromingham is here. Back at the bar, Tony meets with a guy who comes to get his chainsaw repaired. The scene then shifts to Blue Jean's office where Chromingham is already sitting in her chair. He makes her sign some papers and gets up to leave, but before getting out, he asks about her motorbike and if she wanna sell it. Upon that, Blue Jean states that she does not and it's going to be here with her. Chromingham then wishes her the last night here and leaves. Afterward, Remy comes into the room to console her and he tries to hold her hand, but Blue Jean pulls it away. In the interim, a group of coal miners arrive at the club and sit around the table to discuss the menu. After joking around for a while, their boss named Pablo asks a guy, Panucci, about his injured leg and he answers that he will be okay. The group discussion then leads to the oil, upon which Pablo makes Jesus go silent. On the other hand, Blue Jean is outside taking a whiff of fresh air. From the side, a guy arrives on her motorcycle. There, a boy named Mike clarifies himself and states that he was just showing Travis her bike. Blue Jean keeps jiggling the baseball as Travis asks for the price of the bike. Blue Jean states that it's not for sale, upon which Travis gets personal and calls her BJ. His inappropriate taunts enrage Blue Jean and she smashes the baseball right at his face, making him a bloody mess. Upon that, Mike mentions that nobody calls her BJ. Afterward, she returns inside while Travis is pulled away by big guys. Now, the real show at the club starts as Elaine comes on stage. As the performance starts, Panucci starts feeling unwell, so he goes to the bathroom. Meanwhile, Mario gets a hump of salad served and the whole group laughs. On the other side, Panucci's situation starts getting worse as he visualizes his face covered in a slimy black substance. But after a while, his eyes actually turn black and he vomits a massive amount of black liquid in the toilet. Meanwhile, Elaine is performing wildly on the stage. The crowd keeps on cheering while the new girl named Tina becomes extremely nervous as she watches the performance. Suddenly, from the coal miners group, Mario starts to feel something in his stomach as well. He runs towards the bathroom. Behind him, Pablo's hands start shaking as well. The situation becomes tense for him as he starts to become worried about his own health. On the other side, Mario dashes in the bathrooms to come across the mess created by Panucci. As he looks disgustingly at the toilet, Panucci suddenly attacks him from behind, while having black eyes and a messy face. Back at the stage, Tina comes up and starts her performance. Tony reluctantly stays on guard and becomes awkward as Tina reveals her breasts. In the meantime, Blue Jean spots Logan, her son, at the bar. As she goes to talk to him, the camera shifts to a private room where a stripper performs for Mike and his friend. Unfortunately, life isn't fair as both the guys and the stripper get brutally eliminated in a puddle of blood. Meanwhile, Blue Jean talks to Logan and mentions his negligence in meeting her. As they're talking, two cops arrive at the club and Blue Jean immediately sends Logan to her office. In the meantime, Jesus also starts feeling bad, so he runs outside to get some fresh air. Blue Jean, on the other hand, moves ahead to talk with Officer Carl. He mentions that Logan has stolen a police cruiser. Just as they're talking, a guy rushes into the club and gets on stage with Tina. It turns out that he's Tina's boyfriend. A fight then begins between them and Tony runs to get him off stage. Both Tina and her boyfriend are then taken away into a dark backstage where their luck runs out. Tina gets pierced by iron rods while her boyfriend's throat gets slashed. Both their bodies drop to the ground and Tony tries to catch the slayer, but his hands slip and the culprit runs away, leaving Tony's hands covered in a black slimy liquid. Following the tragedy, Blue Jean and Remy show up on the scene. Tony stands flabbergasted as he explains that the slayers seem to be covered in oil. Blue Jean's mind instantly flashes and she runs back to talk to Pablo and inquire about his friends. In the interim, Logan is in Blue Jean's room where the lady officer arrives and it turns out to be that she's Logan's girlfriend. During that time, Frankie's performance is going wild on the stage and behind the back, Tony and Remy drag the bodies into the kitchen storage area. The chef, Farmer John, starts blabbering angrily as Remy and Tony get out. Remy calms him down and sends Tony away to get it all cleaned. In the meantime, Blue Jean is talking to Pablo and inquiring about the oil in the coal mine. After some intimidation, Pablo explains that during their last shift in the mine, Panucci comes across some oil while digging in the wall. We see him getting extremely excited as the oil will make them rich. But suddenly, the mine begins to collapse and they all dash away to safety. Panucci falls during the run and injures his leg but nevertheless, becomes cheerful for the accomplishment. Back in reality, Blue Jean and Remy conclude that the black liquid is something toxic and it's not oil. Their hypothesis becomes true as Pablo's condition becomes really bad and he vomits out a ton of black liquid on the table. Just then, Officer Carl gets alert and lifts up his gun but gets eliminated by Jesus, who has also turned into a zombie. The situation around the club gets intense as Logan and his girlfriend get attacked by Monster Mario. The zombie finishes off the lady officer by crushing her with a table. Logan then picks up the gun and shoots the zombie. Back at the club, the monster becomes ravaged and charges towards Blue Jean but Logan comes just in time to shoot him back. Unfortunately, the fat zombie returns with full rage despite being shot, so Logan puts up another revolver and shoots the zombie down. Blue Jean and Remy become furious at Logan for having a gun for himself. Afterward, she leaves to get the others and Remy walks away to clear the bar. Meanwhile, Farmer John is working stressfully in the kitchen when he gets raided by Tony, who's also turned into a zombie now. Tony furiously stabs the chef in the neck and clears his head away. Logan, on the other hand, is closely observing the unconscious zombie while stating that it's not dead. Remy doesn't listen to him and states that it's just an excuse. Moreover, he kicks the zombie to confirm that he's dead. Meanwhile, Remy consoles Frankie and tells her to calm down. The scene then shifts to the dressing rooms where Blue Jean hurriedly arrives to take away Elaine and Carla. Carla is pregnant, but before they can leave, they get attacked by another zombie who swings the baseball bat at Elaine. She falls down on the ground and tries to use her gun but it gets too late and the zombie bashes her head with the bat. Upon seeing that, Blue Jean gets into action and uses her baseball skills to trip the zombie. Ultimately, she uses the baseball bat to crush his head and finish him off. Afterward, she takes Carla away and they both decide to get out. During such desolation, the situation becomes grave as Tony cuts off the power supply from the storage and the lights go off. In the dark, Remy suddenly gets stabbed in the foot by a zombie. The monster then rises up and just as he's about to lash at him, he gets shot in the head by Frankie. Meanwhile, Logan comes face to face with the fat zombie once again. The raging monster tries to start the chainsaw but it doesn't work, so he climbs on Logan's chest. Luckily, Blue Jean comes just in time and knocks him out with the bat. Afterward, all of them gather around Remy and they witness how badly he's injured. Nevertheless, he advises the girls to go to the kitchen and find Tony. Therefore, the three of them walk away towards the kitchen where suddenly Carla drops to the ground and experiences labor pain. The girls then distract her and she instantly gets well. Back at the club area, Logan yanks the knife out from Remy's foot. Unfortunately, their test hasn't ended just yet as Pablo also comes up in front of them as a zombie. The girls, on the other side, get contended by Tony. He tugs hard at Carla and she gets stuck between a roller. Blue Jean becomes shocked to the core upon seeing her friend in such a bad state. Tony doesn't recognize her and punches her into the wall. Frankie comes to fight him off and lands a few punches. In the meantime, Blue Jean recovers as well and lands a finishing blow on Tony's head. On the other hand, Logan tries to shoot Pablo but he doesn't stay down. The showdown continues as Pablo gets up once again to attack him, but this time Remy comes to the rescue and knocks the zombie out with the chainsaw. The boys then get up and walk into the kitchen to meet the girls. There, they witness the horrifying massacre of the kitchen staff. Nevertheless, they decide to fight the zombies away and open the cabinets to find various weapons inside. As they're deciding what to do, another tragedy hits them as Frankie also gets eliminated by Tony. Remy and Blue Jean instantly shoot Tony to the ground. Meanwhile, they all realize that Frankie is no more. In the meantime, Blue Jean concludes that the zombies are infected by some kind of oil, therefore, they should use that to their advantage. Logan mentions that oil and water don't mix, hence they should find water. Just then, Tony grabs Carla's legs and due to the sudden contraction, she pees on his face which instantly begins to burn. The water theory turns out to be true and they all start looking for water. Remy suggests grabbing some beer and Blue Jean brings a stash from Farmer John's closet. Meanwhile, Carla begins to go into labor, and Logan is settled for her. Meanwhile, Remy and Blue Jean walk away to deal with the rest of the zombies. Both of them hoist up their guns and walk into the darkroom where they come across the horrifying scene of cut-up bodies. Remy gets scared to the core as a zombie emerges from the darkness. Luckily, Blue Jean bashes a beer bottle in its face, making it blister and burn. As the zombie drops down, they both escape the darkroom. In the meantime, Logan and Carla together while Logan clench Blue Jean's locket, with the words LM on them. He then reveals that they mean Lucas, his dad. With that, he adds the story that his dad and Blue Jean met on the job and that she was a cop before having this business. At the same time, we see Remy getting attacked by the fat zombie. Blue Jean comes to his rescue and pops off the beer shots which rain upon the zombie, ultimately burning his face. Unfortunately, one zombie remains who thrusts a spike into Remy's neck, making him crumble down. As he breathes his last, he mentions that he was the one who sent the flower bouquet for Blue Jean. While he's nearing his death, Blue Jean gives him a kiss and with that, he also expires. Blue Jean then gets up and throws the baseball at the zombie. As soon as he drops down, she pours a jug of beer on his face, eventually turning him into a messy pile of flesh. Just then, Cro-Magnon arrives in the club with the notice, stating that it's time to evacuate as he's the owner now. Blue Jean starts to argue with him and mentions the toxic oil that's been found in the mine. Upon that, Cro-Magnon states that it's the best opportunity for him as a business and he's going to be massively powerful. Blue Jean asks him to shut it down but Cro-Magnon becomes repulsive and states that he won't do that. Just as he's talking, he starts to bleed from his nose as well. The next moment, he gets impregnated by a running chainsaw. As his body collapses to the ground, Blue Jeans come face to face with intoxicated Pablo, who tries to strangle her. In response, she kicks him in the groin and knocks him out with the bat. On the other hand, Logan is with Carla while she's giving birth. After much struggle, Logan manages to pull out the baby. It turns out to be a girl. Just as he's about to give it to Carla, she gets ravaged by the zombie. Logan immediately takes the baby away and throws beer on the zombie, finally finishing him. In the meantime, Blue Jean goes outside where she comes face to face with an intoxicated Travis, who is on her patrol bike. He rides it towards her and she dodges it for once. The next time he races towards her, Blue Jean gets prepared and hits hard across his body. Travis drops down and when they both get up, he gets smashed away by a cruiser being driven by Logan. He takes the baby out of the car and both the mother and son discuss the fatalities of their dearest friends. Afterward, they decide to light up the club on fire. Therefore, they drench the car with gasoline, light it up in flames and drive it straight into the strip club. In the ending moments, they leave on Blue Jean's bike and as they're driving along in the night, Logan's nose suddenly starts bleeding. We then see a bundle dropped from the bike and with that, the movie comes to an end. Thanks for watching guys.